Coming to you live from Kaputko International Auditorium in the heart of downtown Bergsburg, you're watching the Writing with Andrew 5-year anniversary variety show-tacular, featuring appearances by familiar faces like the director, the RSI, the incomparable Kaput Mortuum, and, of course, your host for tonight's festivities, Writing with Andrew himself. Welcome, welcome one and all to tonight's event. My name is Writing with Andrew, and I'll be your host and master of ceremonies as we celebrate 5 years of everyone's favorite show, also named Writing with Andrew. Now, it might seem like one whopper of a coincidence that the host and its show would have the same name, but I can assure you, it really happens all the time. Of course, it wouldn't do to go without expressing our thanks to all those who have made the show and tonight's celebration possible. So all of us here at Writing with Andrew wish to express our deep gratitude, first and foremost to the secret society of robots operating out of Algorithm HQ, especially the one that decided to recommend that one video to everyone that one week and then never do it again. We just wouldn't be where we are today without those explosive few days. And of course, major thanks goes to the teachers out there who continue to assign readings like Orwell's Politics and the English Language and essays like analysis papers. It's like we say behind the scenes, you could chart the coming and going of the academic calendar by our viewership numbers. Well, we owe a lot too to the good folks who, for whatever reason, have a pressing need to learn about noun phrase modifiers. Wherever and whoever you are, we at the show salute you. And then, of course, there's the folks in academia who have done a wonderful job of I guess it sounds like they're playing me out, so I'll just cut this short and say, in sum, tonight is a night to celebrate you, the viewers, subscribers, members, and passers-by. This show just wouldn't be what it is without you. So settle in for what's sure to be a great night. We've got some exciting guest appearances planned. We'll take a look at some highlights from over the years. I'll even share some of my own writing, and all the gossip rags have been full of rumors that we might even get a special presentation from a very special gilded friend of the show. But for now, let's kick things off with a look back at where it all began.
So if you're going to write an effective introduction, what you really want to do is write something that will persuade your readers to continue reading your paper to the end. But to persuade them really that what you have to say is worth their time, because your readers are being really generous with you in reading, and they want to make sure that you're using their time well. Really, the goal here is not to do something huge. The goal is to do something unique, to offer your readers a perspective or an insight that they couldn't get anywhere else. Because honestly, if all you're going to do is restate what your sources have already said, why not just give your readers a copy of your sources? Why go to all the trouble of writing a paper? So to summarize, here are...
Now, I know we all watched that first video back on July 4th, 2019 and said, wow, I don't think this formula could be improved upon. But somehow, we found a way to polish even perfection itself. And that really just goes to show that the most important step in any creative project is just to get started. You'll learn a lot by doing the thing, and you will keep getting better at it if you just keep doing it. Thinking about a project just isn't the same as working on it, and let me tell you, you really will learn a few things after editing a few hundred hours of footage of your own talking head. And now I'm getting word from the producers that we're receiving a special live satellite call from the Quintillion Institute of Words About Words. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Hello from the Quintillion Institute of Words About Words. As the director of the Institute and on behalf of our world-class rediscovery teams, I want to congratulate you, Writing with Andrew, on your 5 years of existence, and of course to thank you also for maintaining such a cordial and fruitful partnership with the Institute. There is no greater joy for us than sharing news of our rediscoveries with your viewers. In fact, it is in the spirit of that joy that we share our latest rediscovery with you on this most luminary and festive of occasions. Pianismus, a word about words used to exclaim one's joy. And of course, what joy, what happiness, what unparalleled euphoria we feel celebrating with you tonight. Here's to another 5 years at least of our working together. Well, thanks, that was awfully nice. And it's an important reminder that even though the show and I are both named Writing with Andrew, there are more people working on it than just me. So we'd like to take a moment to thank the many faces that have contributed to making this show such a lively and enjoyable experience. Now, before we get too far into tonight's program, we are contractually bound to share a quick message from the show's most important source of funding and the sponsor of tonight's event, Kaput Co. International. At Kaput Co. International, we're working hard to make the world a better place. So we work round the clock to develop products on an industrial scale for you and your family. All our products are made from 100% verified matter, and we are proud of our customer satisfaction record, with perfect 5-star ratings coming from all known survivors. Kaput Co. International is a proud supporter of Writing with Andrew, and we are not secretly engineering doomsday devices in undisclosed pocket dimensions. Kaput Co. International. What we do with your money is our business. So thanks again to Kaput Co. International, and for some reason that reminds me that we'd be sorely remiss not to take this time to recognize someone who plays a central role on the show. Someone who, until just this year, I thought was a prop on the shelf as far as I knew. Whoever could have guessed when I came home with you from a White Elephant exchange in grad school that we'd eventually become the best of friends. Here's to you and your invaluable contributions to the show. Honestly, I just don't know if we could do it without you anymore. And I've been hearing such good things all week about the segment that you've prepared to celebrate this anniversary, and of course my role on this show. I'm almost tempted just to skip right to it, but as we all know, the best should be saved for last. So we'll hold off for now so that we all have something good to look forward to. Besides, it's time to celebrate all of you, the viewers and subscribers. You really are a lovely bunch, and it's a treat to sit down with you each week to talk about writing. The show would probably still exist without you, but it would be a dreary and solitary labor without you. It's your response, after all, that makes it so much fun. So, dear viewers, who are you? Well, I've got some numbers that you might find interesting. Of course, you come from across the English-speaking world and beyond, and you represent a full range of ages, though you're mostly 18 to 34. It also looks like you're a bunch of morning people. Unsurprisingly, you're interested in books, but you're also apparently a charitable bunch and avid political news readers. What I could not have predicted, though, is that apparently what sets you most apart is your love of indie and alternative rock, so maybe I should start playing more of that on the show. But more importantly, what I've learned from you outside of the platform-provided stats is that you're a good-humored bunch who have found through this show a way into the world of writing. The number of comments I've read and messages I've received that all carry the same theme has, by far, been the most heartwarming part of running this show. I couldn't count the number of you who have shared the ways that something I've said has reframed or challenged a discouraging notion you picked up in school, welcomed you into a practice that you thought was out of your reach, reinvigorated your love for an art that you drifted away from, or just put a goofy smile on your face. And it means just as much to hear, too, from those of you who have found immediate practical help from the show, whether that's finishing an assignment, understanding a concept, or even, as one commenter recently announced, getting into an MFA program. Though, while I do appreciate the effort to give me some credit for that, getting into an exciting program really is all on you, friend, so way to go. In any case, there's a lot of loveliness going on in the comments, and there's more loveliness going on Discord, too. I mean, what can I say? You're a lovely bunch, and I'm grateful to you for watching, for supporting the show in the many ways that you do, and for being lovely about it all along the way. One can feel awfully exposed on the internet, so it's nice, to say the least, to find myself speaking to such a chill and thoughtful community every time I push that publish button. And, oh, the producers are in my ear again. Apparently somebody left an unmarked VHS tape in a manila envelope on the curb outside the studio, and they've decided just to play that now. Well, how am I supposed to know if it's working anyway? I mean, who cares? Good morning, or should I say good evening? I don't even know when you're doing this thing. Look, I'm an investigator, not an orator like that Institute guy, so
I'm just gonna do this to say congratulations, I guess. You're not the worst client I've ever had, but you know, I would like a little more advance notice when you call me in if we're gonna keep doing this for 5 more years. Okay, great. Well, now, how do I turn this? Well, I guess that was pretty sweet considering, but back to our subscribers. Of course, not all who subscribe stay, so we want to take a somber moment to memorialize the friends who are no longer with us. The people who, for whatever reason, unsubscribed. Especially to the 13 we lost in one go on September 14th last year. We do hope you found greener content pastures. But now, my friends, we're in the home stretch of tonight's event. Before we wrap up with whatever moving tribute to me that Kaput has prepared to close out the show, it's now time for me to share some of my own writing with you. Beyond, of course, the writing that I do every week for the show. That's right, to mark this occasion of looking back and looking forward, I thought I'd share one of my first and perhaps greatest literary achievements. It's a little piece I wrote in the fall of 4th grade that enjoyed a place on the classroom wall for a brief span of time. A piece entitled Thesaurus. Who's the smartest dinosaur? We all thought it was Troodon, but no, surprise, surprise, no, it's Thesaurus. Who's Thesaurus? Well, howdy do. I have no idea. Go check the dictionary or the museum. What? You don't know where either of those are? Well, too bad. I'm not telling you. But I tell you the story of Thesaurus. Tyrannosaurus Rex thought he was king until he met Thesaurus. TR said, "You're causing trouble." But Thesaurus said, "What? I'm causing a vexation. These berries have a very odoriferous smell." Huh? Ha! Ha! So, you know, draw whatever conclusions you may. At the very least, everyone has to start somewhere, and you can all find some reassurance in knowing that your writing careers didn't peak in elementary school. But that's enough about me. Kaput, all the water cooler talk over the last several days has been about the stirring video tribute you've put together to honor the show and, well, mostly me, your most faithful and inspiring friend. So we've saved you the prime final slot. Of course, I haven't seen it, so whenever you're ready, let's roll the tape. Oh, yeah. No, it's fine. No, really, don't worry about it. I just thought, but I mean, you know, I've been wrong before, and I was wrong now, clearly, and I'm sure I'll be wrong again. It's all just fine. I mean, it's fine. Well, my friends, apparently this brings us to the end of our celebration, and also to the end of this show's first 5 years. They've been a blast. I can't say for sure what the next 5 years have in store, but I can at least say that there are some good things coming our way in the next few months. So thank you once more for joining us tonight, and don't go too far, because the show must go on. And of course, it will go on next week.